Welcome to this deep dive.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be tackling the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup.
All right.
But not just any Club World Cup.
Okay.
The first one, with this brand new format,
Right.
totally revamped.
Totally revamped.
We've got a pile of articles and analysis here.
Right.
And a lot of it focuses on one team in particular.
Oh, interesting.
Brazilian powerhouse Flamengo.
Ah, Flamengo.
But don't worry.
Right.
Even if you're not a diehard Flamengo fan, this deep dive is going to get you prepped
Yeah.
for all the big storylines and the potential surprises in this massive tournament.
This is going to be a spectacle.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
How excited?
32 teams.
Wow.
8 groups.
8 groups.
Think of it like the FIFA World Cup.
Okay.
But for clubs.
I like it.
And speaking of global representation, 4 Brazilian clubs qualified this year.
4.
Wow. That's clearly South American club football is in a good place right now.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. So picture this summer 2025. You're at the water cooler.
Right.
And somebody brings up the Club World Cup.
Oh, yeah.
You, my friend, are going to be ready to drop
You're going to be ready.
some serious knowledge after this deep dive.
Let's do it.
Let's start with the basics.
Okay.
The 2025 FIFA Club World Cup is going down in the USA from June 15th to July 13th.
That's right.
Summertime.
And this new format.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
What is it about the new format that's so different?
FIFA is aiming for way more competitiveness than the old setup.
Oh, okay.
They want the Club World Cup to feel
Yeah.
like a true global championship.
Makes sense.
And with teams from every continent,
Wow.
from historic giants to up-and-comers,
Really?
they're definitely on track to achieve that.
All right, let's talk about our featured team,
Okay.
Flamengo.
Flamengo.
They earned their spot
Yeah.
by winning the 2022 Copa Libertadores. And now we're in Group D.
Okay.
Which, let's be honest,
Yeah.
looks pretty daunting.
Yeah. Group D is no walk in the park.
Who is in Group D?
They've got Chelsea
Oh, sure.
from the English Premier League.
Yeah,
Always a powerhouse.
of course.
And then there's Leon from Mexico,
Leon.
a team that knows how to make a run in tournaments.
I see.
And don't sleep on Espérance from Tunisia.
Yeah.
They're the reigning African champions
Wow.
and have a history of upsetting bigger clubs
Really?
on the international stage.
Interesting. So for Flamengo,
Right.
each match is a real test.
Right.
They can't afford to take
Yeah.
any opponent lightly.
Right.
But I have to ask,
Yeah.
what are the other groups?
The other group.
Got to see at least tease
Yeah, we got to at least tease it.
some of the other big names in this tournament, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
I mean, just glance at the list.
Okay, Filmer,
Boca Juniors,
Boca,
Real Madrid,
Real Madrid,
Bayern Munich.
Bayern.
It's like a who's who
Wow,
of global football royalty.
that's a good way to put it.
We could spend hours breaking down each group.
I bet.
But for now, let's focus on a match that really embodies the spirit of this new Club World Cup.
Okay.
Flamengo versus Espérance.
That's right.
Yeah.
Flamengo's opening match on June 17th.
June 17th.
What makes this specific matchup so interesting?
Well, you've got the clash of styles. For one, Flamengo with their high-octane attacking football, the kind of flair and creativity Brazilian teams are famous for.
Right.
And then you have Espérance, a team known for their tactical discipline
Interesting.
and defensive resilience.
Oh, wow.
It's going to be fascinating to see how those two approaches collide on the pitch.
I can see it already.
Yeah.
It's almost like a microcosm of the tournament itself, right?
Exactly.
You've got a team representing the legacy and firepower of South American football going up against a team that epitomizes the grit and tactical savvy we often see from African clubs.
That's right.
It's a good matchup.
And that's what makes this Club World Cup so compelling.
Yeah.
It's not just about who's the best.
Right.
It's about the different ways teams from around the world approach the game.
I like that.
But let's zoom back in on Espérance for a second.
Okay, back to Espérance.
They're the reigning CAF Champions League winners.
Right.
So you'd think they'd be riding high.
Yeah, for sure.
But they've actually been struggling a bit domestically.
Well, domestically.
A little bit.
Right. I saw that they're currently 5th in the Tunisian league.
Yeah.
That's a pretty significant drop.
Yeah, it is.
For a team that's used to dominating.
Yeah.
Is there any sense of what's behind that dip in form?
There are a few factors at play.
Oh, really?
They've had some key players leave.
I see.
They've been battling injuries.
Oh, no?
And there's been talk of some internal friction within the squad.
Okay.
But here's where it gets interesting.
Oh?
They just demolished their first opponent.
Wow.
In the current CCAF Champions League.
Okay.
With a 4-0 victory.
4-0.
4-0.
That's a statement win.
That's a statement.
So maybe they're finding their groove just in time for the Club World Cup?
Maybe so.
Could this be a case of a team peaking at just the right moment?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Really is.
Are they truly vulnerable? Or are they about to unleash that champion-level form on the world stage?
That's what we want to know.
I suspect even Flamengo is looking at that 4-0 result with a bit of nervousness.
Yeah, you got to be.
It's a classic underdog story waiting to happen.
It is. Okay, so we've got a South American giant with a lot to prove and an African champion with a chip on their shoulder.
That's right.
I'm already hooked.
Yeah.
But before we get too deep into predictions, I'm curious.
Okay.
What's the media saying about this clash?
What are they saying?
Are they buying into the Espérance underdog narrative?
The Brazilian press,
or the Brazilian press,
as you might expect, is overwhelmingly confident in Flamengo.
They are.
Yeah. They're citing the team's quality, their experience, and their recent form.
Recent form's been good.
It seems like they're viewing Chelsea as the main threat in the group, with Espérance and Lyon almost as afterthoughts.
Wow, that's some shade.
Yeah.
But what about the Tunisian press?
The Tunisian press.
Surely they're not just conceding defeat, right?
You'd be surprised.
Oh, really?
There's a definite sense of optimism in Tunisia.
Oh, good.
Despite Espérance's domestic struggles.
Okay.
They're framing this match as a chance to showcase Tunisian football.
Right.
On a global stage.
I love that.
To prove that they can compete with the best of the best.
It's not just about winning or losing.
Right.
It's about national pride. About representing an entire footballing culture.
And there's a personal angle, too.
Yeah.
Rodrigo Rodriguez, a Brazilian player.
Interesting.
Who actually plays for Espérance.
Wow.
Has been quite vocal about his excitement for this match.
I see.
He sees it as a privilege to play against Flamengo. And wants to use this platform to showcase Tunisian football.
That's a great story.
It's a cool twist to the narrative.
It is.
Yeah.
So we've got continental pride.
We do.
A potential upset brewing.
Yeah.
And even a bit of a homecoming story for one player.
Yeah.
This match already has all the ingredients for a classic.
Absolutely.
But we've only just scratched the surface of this deep dive.
You've got so much more to talk about.
We'll be back.
Stay tuned.
After the break.
All right, this match between Flamengo and Espérance, it's a great example, but what's even more fascinating is what this new format means for the future of club football as a whole.
The future of club football?
Yeah.
Wow.
Think about it.
Okay.
We now have a club competition that mirrors the World Cup for national teams.
Okay.
That's huge GE.
That's big, yeah. I'm starting to get goosebumps just thinking about it.
Yeah.
It feels like we're on the verge of something truly historic.
Historic.
But let's break this down.
Okay, let's break it down.
What are the potential implications?
Potential implications?
What does this mean?
What does it mean?
For clubs.
For clubs.
For the players.
For the players.
Even for the fans watching at home.
For everyone. Well, for starters,
it
raises the stakes significantly.
How so?
The Club World Cup now has the potential to become the pinnacle of club football.
Wow.
Even rivaling the Champions League.
The Champions League.
In terms of prestige.
That's a bold statement. I mean, the Champions League has such a rich history.
Of course it does.
And a devoted fan base.
Yeah.
What makes you think the Club World Cup could reach that level?
I'll tell you. Think about the global audience. The marketing potential, the sheer spectacle of it all.
I see what you're saying.
This tournament is a gold mine.
Oh, yeah?
For clubs.
For the clubs.
Especially those from less established leagues who might not get this kind of exposure.
I see.
Otherwise,
that's a really good point.
It is.
For clubs outside of Europe.
Yeah.
This is a chance.
Huge chance.
To prove they can play with the big boys.
Absolutely.
To attract new fans. Sponsorships.
And maybe even to lure top talent.
That's right. Exactly.
And for players.
And for the players.
It's a chance.
Another chance.
To etch their names in history.
To make history.
Imagine scoring the winning goal. In a 32-team
32 teams.
Club World Cup final.
I know.
That's instant legend status.
Instant legend.
The kind of moment that gets talked about for generations.
Generations to come.
No doubt about it.
No doubt.
This tournament could create some serious legacy-defining moments. Legacy-defining moments, for sure.
And for fans.
And for the fans.
Well, I imagine they're just thrilled to have more football to watch.
More football is always good.
But is it more than that?
It's definitely more than that. Absolutely.
How so?
This expanded format gives fans a greater sense of global connection.
Oh, I see.
They're more likely to see their club compete on the world stage.
On the world stage.
Even if they're not a traditional powerhouse.
Right.
It fosters a sense of community and shared passion for the sport, regardless of where you're from.
I like that a lot. So it's a win-win-win situation.
It is.
More exposure for clubs.
More exposure.
More glory for players.
More glory.
And a more inclusive and engaging experience for fans.
Right.
FIFA really hit a home run with this new format.
I think they did. It certainly seems that way.
Yeah.
And the first edition of this revamped tournament is shaping up to be something truly special.
It really is.
But let's not lose sight of the match we started with.
Okay.
Flamengo versus Espérance.
Back to Flamengo Espérance.
We've talked about the clash of styles.
Right.
But I'm curious, what can we actually expect to see?
Yeah. What can we expect?
On the pitch.
Tactically speaking.
Tactically.
How do these two teams approach the game?
You hit the nail on the head with Flamengo.
Okay.
They're a team that wants to dictate the tempo, control the ball, and create scoring chances from all angles.
So it's an aggressive style?
They're not afraid to take risks, and they're always looking to put the game to their opponent.
Aggressive.
Yeah.
So a classic high-pressure, high-reward approach.
High pressure, high reward.
But Espérance.
But
it takes a different route to success.
A different approach. They're much more pragmatic,
Right.
more focused on defensive solidity.
Okay.
And counterattacking opportunities.
So they wait for their moment.
They're comfortable absorbing pressure, staying organized at the back, and waiting for the right moment to strike.
Interesting.
They might not be as flashy as Flamengo.
Okay.
But they can be incredibly dangerous.
Really?
When they break forward.
So you have to watch out for them.
You do.
Sounds like we're in for a classic battle.
It is.
Of attack versus defense.
Classic.
Can Espérance withstand the onslaught of Flamengo's attack?
That's the question.
And create enough chances of their own?
That's what we need to know.
To pull off the upset.
That's the million-dollar question.
It is.
And I can't wait to find out.
Me neither.
But this match is also a great example of the tactical diversity you're going to see throughout the tournament.
Tactical diversity.
We've got teams that prioritize possession. Teams that focus on counterattacking. Teams that build around set pieces.
And
everything in between.
Everything.
It's a testament to the global nature of football.
Right.
And the different ways the game can be played.
That's what makes it so great. All right. I'm officially hyped for this tournament.
You and me both.
But before we dive into some of the other storylines to watch, I want to get back to Flamengo for a moment.
Back to Flamengo.
We've talked about the challenges they face in Group D.
Yeah, tough group.
But what are the experts saying about their overall chances?
What are they saying?
Are they legitimate contenders for the title?
Yeah. Are they contenders?
Or are they destined to stumble against European competition?
That's the question. Well, that's a question.
It's a good question.
That's generating a lot of debate.
Okay.
Even among the most seasoned football analysts.
Oh, wow.
Some argue that Flamengo's recent dominance in South America, their Copa Libertadores victory, is proof that they have what it takes to compete at the highest level.
At the highest level.
They point to their attacking firepower, their experience in big games, and their ability to perform under pressure.
Those are good qualities.
Those are important.
They've certainly got the talent and the pedigree.
They do.
But are those qualities enough to overcome the tactical sophistication and physicality of European teams?
That's the question.
That is the question.
There are others who are more skeptical.
More skeptical.
Who believe that Flamengo hasn't faced the same level of competition as some of the European giants.
I see.
They argued that the step up in quality and intensity could be too much for them to handle.
Oh, so it's almost a referendum.
It is.
On the state of South American football.
I think so.
Can they truly go toe-to-toe?
Can they?
With the European elite?
That's what we want to see. It's a fascinating debate.
It is.
And this tournament will provide some answers.
Okay.
But even if Flamengo doesn't win it all,
there's still a team to watch.
For sure.
They're going to be a box office attraction.
Yeah.
And they have the potential to produce some truly memorable moments.
I agree. Okay, so the jury's still out.
Jury's still out.
On whether Flamengo can go all the way.
Right.
But they're definitely a team that will keep us on the edge of our seats.
They will.
But, as you mentioned earlier, this tournament is about so much more than just one team.
So much more.
There are so many other narratives to follow. So many potential heroes and heartbreaks.
Heroes and heartbreaks.
Waiting to happen.
That's right.
We've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
But now I want to bring it back to you.
Okay.
The listener.
To the listener.
What's standing out to you so far?
Yeah, what's standing out?
Is it Flamengo's potential to make a deep run?
Yeah. Could they go all the way?
The clash of styles between South American and African football?
Two different styles?
Or maybe you're already picturing
a surprise underdog stealing the show.
The underdog. There's so much to be excited about.
I know, right?
Even beyond what we've already discussed.
Give me something else.
We haven't even touched on the possibility of a tactical revolution.
A tactical
A
revolution.
new approach to the game.
Okay.
That emerges from this tournament.
Right.
And changes how clubs play for years to come.
Oh, that's a thought-provoking idea.
It is.
We're so focused on the individual teams and players that we sometimes forget how tournaments like this can shape the future of the sport itself.
They really can. It's true.
Yeah.
Think about the impact of the tiki-taka style
Tiki-taka.
that Spain popularized in the 2010 World Cup.
2010.
That tactical innovation rippled through club football.
It did.
And influenced a generation of coaches and players.
Totally. Who knows?
Who knows?
Maybe we'll see something similar emerge from this Club World Cup.
It's possible.
So to you listening,
to the listeners,
what do you think will be the biggest surprise?
What's going to be the big surprise?
Of this tournament.
Of the tournament.
A dark horse team.
Dark horse.
Making a deep run.
That'd be exciting.
An unexpected player.
Yeah.
Rising to stardom.
A breakout star.
Or maybe, as you just mentioned,
a
whole new way of playing the game.
A brand new way to play. We want to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, let us know.
Head over to our website.
Check it out.
Or join the conversation on social media.
We're everywhere.
Share your predictions.
Yeah.
Your hot takes.
Hot takes.
The players you'll be watching.
Players to watch.
Anything that's got you buzzing about this tournament.
Anything at all. Because this isn't just a tournament.
It's
a global conversation.
Global conversation.
About the beautiful game.
A beautiful game.
And we want you to be a part of it.
We do. We've given you the key facts.
We have.
Explored Flamengo's journey.
Explored it.
And analyzed the potential impact
of this new format.
This new format's a big deal.
It is a big deal. But this deep dive is just the beginning.
Just the beginning.
There's so much more to uncover.
There is.
As we get closer to kickoff.
As we get closer. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Keep those predictions coming.
Let's hear them.
And most importantly, get ready. For a tournament that could redefine club football as we know it.
It very well could. This is The Deep Dive.
That's it for us.
Signing off.
Until next time.
See you next time.
Keep exploring.
Keep exploring.
And keep that passion for the beautiful game alive.
Keep the passion alive.